Okay, hello everyone. Thank you for joining. Today I have an exciting cooking class all about legumes and why I think legumes are so important in a healthy diet. My name is Chef Dulce Jimenez, and this class is created for healthy mothers, healthy babies, and is sponsored by them for their program Moms for Wellness, which is focusing on preventing diabetes and hypertension in pregnant women. So I am so excited to be here and talk about legumes. So legumes or beans. I grew up eating rice and beans. I don't know you, but I love beans and I can eat them even, and this is gonna sound crazy, in dessert. So you got a package with the recipes and one of them is a fudgy brownie. We can't make the fudgy brownie in the class, but you have all the ingredients and instructions on how to make it at home. And you have me here. If you have any question, I will also help you. If there's something that didn't come out right, or the day you want to create it, give me a call and I can even support you over the phone. So take advantage. So I can also make burgers, pasta dishes with beans, soups, salads, or even just stew beans and rice. So beans are so versatile and they are the main protein in a plant-forward diet. So for those of you that know me, my cooking style is plant forward. Plant forward means that I put the plants in the forefront of the meal, right? So plants, instead of meat, take a center place, I will say, right? That doesn't mean I am vegan or I don't eat meat, but I recommend me eating poultry or fish or seafood in moderation and sporadically. But to do that, we need to know how to maximize the use of all the plants that we have, right? Because it's not easy when you grow up eating meat and rice and beans as a side dish. How can you change that mindset of now my beans and my rice are going to be my main ingredients and the meat are going to be like a small piece side dish? So that's what I do mostly, to teach people to change that perspective about plants. Plants are low in fat, and I'm talking about legumes, but in general, plants are low in fat, high in nutrients, because it's not only protein that we need a lot of nutrients. We need fiber, we need micronutrients, enzymes, phytonutrients, omega fatty acids, and we need a range of minerals as well. When you come to my classes and nutrition fundamentals, we talk about all the minerals. There are 6 vital nutrients for us to be able to survive and keep up our body, right? So you need vitamins, minerals, carbohydrates, and proteins, and fats. You also need fat, guys. Remember, not all fat are bad for you, and we need it. And water. And legumes for me are a powerhouse. They are cooked super easy, or you can buy them, in can. And let's talk a little bit about beans. So I like to buy low sodium beans and organic as much as possible. And I always, it doesn't matter what I'm gonna do with them, I always rinse them under cold water, and sometimes I even pat them dry. So for the recipes that we're gonna make today, I'm gonna teach you how to make a 3-bean salad. You have the recipe. And a hummus. Hummus is a dip originally in the Middle Eastern, Lebanon and Moroccan and all those countries use hummus for everything. You can use hummus for absolutely everything, for breakfast, for lunch, for dinner. You can use it for a dressing. I make a dressing with hummus. And hummus, although it's very simple, many people don't know how to create an amazing hummus, right? And I'm gonna give you 2 tricks in here to make the best one. And again, you have the recipe. So there are so many variety of legumes, and I'm going to show you here some of them that you may not have heard of. I have one that is called mung beans. Mung beans. This is not very known, right? But these are also a different kind of beans. Let me show you on legumes. They look like lentils. Look at this. Can you see it? Let me see if you can see it here. Better? Okay, right there. That's it. Yes, so these are a powerhouse. This has so much nutrients that I recommend. I make soups with this, or meatballs, or burgers. And it's fantastic. Lentils. You can find lentils in all kinds of lentils. Red lentils, green lentils, and black lentils. These actually are not lentils. These are split peas, but the yellow and the red lentils look very similar to this. And again, you can make lentils in so many things. You can even make a bolognese sauce for your pasta using lentils. Okay, so I sent you so many ideas on how to use lentils, and I'm gonna try to put it in the link of the recording of this video, so you can get the recipes and all of the information about the beans. So you can, one of the most things that I love is and it's one of the most popular things, right, in the US, bean burrito or bean tacos. But honestly, you know, it's more than that. Beans are more than that. You can actually create meatloaf with beans. The possibilities are endless. And if you want to create more recipes, let me know. If you want to increase your intake of beans, let me know, and I send you more recipes. But in the package that I send you, you have like 4 or 5, right? And you also have some ideas on how to reinvent. For example, instead of pork chops with white beans, then you just can make like a stew with small pieces of bacon or pancetta, very small, minimal, and then more beans, white beans and tomatoes and other vegetables. Also, instead of making the enchiladas or the burritos or the tacos with chicken or with beef, you can make it with different kind of beans. And beans have different textures. For example, I'm going to use today the red beans, which are very thick, and they're not hard, but they're like more robust for a salad, because I'm going to have the salad and season it, and I want the salad to last for a few days for my meal planning. So that's why I prefer to use these kind of beans for this salad, which is what I use. This is red kidney beans, because they look like kidney. And I read in an article that the foods look like different parts of our organs, that they support those organs actually. And like the walnut looks like the brain, and it's very good for the fat that you eat in the walnut is good for the brain, and the nutrients for this being is good for your kidney. So I don't know if that's true, but you know, I will make it. I will try to make it true for me. That's what I'm saying, right? Okay, so. And also, beans enhance the colors and textures and shapes and flavors of different dishes. You know, you can put it in, for example, if you make rice and the beans in it, or stewed chicken with beans, or a soup with beans, and then you puree. You can even put the beans first, then take them out, and then puree them, and then have other type of vegetables that are whole. But the beans, instead of using flour or fat or butter, you can use the beans to thicken that soup, or even to thicken sauces, right? Okay, what else I can tell you about beans? So there's several countries that use beans for breakfast in different dishes, and you have those ideas there. In my country, I am from Dominican Republic. I am half Cuban and half Dominican, who grew up in Puerto Rico, so I'm very Caribbean. And we make habichuelas con dulces, which is like sweet beans, and is red beans, dry beans, cooked in coconut and you know, blend with spices and sweet potatoes and a lot of coconut, and it's amazing. Not everybody loves it, but we love it. I grew up eating habichuelas con dulces, so sweet beans, and it's a very popular dessert in my country. So I'm going to start cooking, right? So I have the kidney beans, which is the one I'm going to use for the 4-bean salad. So I'm going to use 3 types of beans. I'm going to use the red kidney beans, the chickpeas, and green beans. I couldn't find yellow wax beans, which is what I like to use for this recipe, but it's fine because we're gonna have 3 different beans and it's still, it's gonna be amazing. So the first thing I wanna do is season the beans. Because why? Because I want them to be flavorful.
You
I still
can't
have
get the
some people
sofrito.
joining.
You gotta put sofrito in there.
Okay. So let me see. I'm gonna have Desiree help me with the co-hosting. Okay, so I'm going to start with the 3-bean salad, and the beans that I'm going to use for the salad is red beans and black beans. So I opened the cans of beans. I bought a low sodium bean, and I rinse them well, and I like to dry them a little bit, right? I like to dry them so they, the dressing and the seasonings that I'm going to put in them they stick to it. So I dry them a little bit. You can also put them in a salad spinner if you have a salad spinner. And if you cannot see my 2-screen, if you're in a computer or in a phone, hopefully you can see my 2-screen. So you can see me talking and also what I'm doing in the other screen. So I'm gonna dry my beans really well. And now I'm gonna season them first. I'm gonna make a dressing for this salad, but this is key. So although I'm making simple dishes, I'm giving you a lot of tips and a lot of important information when you are working with beans. So beans need seasoning and they need time. Well, when you're stewing beans, you need to cook them slowly. So I'm gonna create a mixture of spices. I'm gonna make some cumin. I'm gonna mix some cumin here. I'm gonna eyeball it because, you know, I have done this so many times, but you have the recipes if you want. I'm gonna have some smoked paprika. And these are very Latin spices that I use a lot. I'm gonna have some salt. Oh, actually, I'm gonna show you something that I love. I've been using it now for a while. Is sea salt with sea vegetables. These are naturally iodized salt and is also has more nutrients and iron and things for you than just regular salt. So that's what I'm going to add. And I'm gonna have some pepper. I'm gonna have some celery seeds. Oh, celery salt. This you have to be careful because this is celery salt. So just a little bit. I'm gonna give a little bit of that flavor, celery flavor. And I'm gonna put a little bit of dry oregano. When you're working with dry herbs, you have to, oh my God, how you say this, but like crush them in your hands so you can activate the oils, and ooh, smells are amazing. So I'm going to make that blend. And guys, they need a lot of salt, but because we're obviously avoiding to have any hypertension or for you to, you know, complications, you should not be putting a lot of salt, but you can heavily season them. You can have, this is about a tablespoon of spices. And I like to mix spices first because when you mix them, you get all the flavors throughout. Not if you put like, if you put cumin on top of one, those beans that are there, when you put it right in the beans, then they don't get that flavor throughout the whole salad and the beans. So I like to always mix my spices separately and then add it to what I need to add it. Okay, I'm going to mix this. And I'm gonna do this, but you know, I'm gonna put more salt because I know they're gonna need it. But with the dressing, you don't need it. And I'm gonna give you another tip, another ingredient that I use that is gonna give you that saltiness, which is the nutritional yeast, and also miso. The miso paste gives us saltiness. So I'm going to have, I have some roasted garlic that I did for the week. I always have some roasted garlic for the week. I just roast it in the oven or slow cook in the stove with a little bit of olive oil. And I'm gonna put a touch of olive oil in my beans. Okay, just a little bit. And I'm gonna let it get happy there. So that's the first thing I do. My beans are seasoned, aside. Actually, not too far away. And I'm going to cut the rest of my ingredients. So I'm gonna put some red onions. And if you don't like red onions, and I recommend that in the recipe, you can marinate them, or not marinate them, but you can put them in water and lemon juice or water and vinegar in cold water for a little bit before you use it. And then you can use them. So you take that super, you know, pungent flavor out of the onions. So you can see. So I'm gonna cut the onions. When you're making salads, always, this is tip, always try to have all the ingredients the same size because you don't want ingredients too big and others too small. You want to, when you take the spoon of the salad, you want all the ingredients to be kind of the same size. So I'm putting my onions in my salad. And I'm gonna have, the third bean is green beans. And you can have the fourth beans, which is gonna be, could be wax yellow beans or sugar snap peas. And I'm gonna cut this. I already blanched them. So blanch them means cook them in salted water or just in water for a few minutes before using them. I only cook my green beans for 3 minutes because you don't want brown green beans. You see how green still, they're crunchy when I when I'm eating them, and I did this 2 days ago. So that's the kind of vegetables you are going to enjoy. They're crispy, they're soft, but still you can, it's not mushy and it's green vibrant. So that's the way you should treat your vegetables. So you don't need too much time to cook green beans. You can put also a clove of garlic in your water when you're cooking them. And I don't rinse them when I cook my green beans. Okay. So I'm adding green beans to my salad. That's the third bean. And add more vegetables if you have it. So basically, this is the salad, guys. And herbs, other vegetables if you have, and secret ingredient, I'm gonna top it with feta cheese. Feta cheese is also a little bit salty. So you can actually make this with no salt and put a little bit of miso, nutritional yeast in your dressing, and top it off with a feta cheese, which is good for you. Could be cow's milk or sheep's milk. And it's gonna also make that saltiness. Okay, so this is the base of the salad. Look how cool is that. Now we're gonna put herbs. So I have scallions and I have cilantro, scallions and cilantro, which I love and I use every day. I always have a container full of scallions and cilantro. You can add also chives and fresh oregano, which I have fresh oregano. I could have put some, actually I do have fresh oregano. I have it right here. So I'm gonna put a whole thing of all this, like about 3 stalks of scallions. And I have fresh oregano. These are amazing. These grow wild in my balcony. They're crazy. They don't need maintenance or anything, and they're very, wow, they're so potent. I'm gonna cut it very thinly. So I'm gonna roll it. And I'm gonna cut it very, very thinly. And then I can cut it one more time. It has little pieces. Okay, oh my God, wow. Smells so amazing. So you're getting all these flavors with your salad. Now cilantro, which I love. I'm a cilantro lover. I need cilantro in everything and even in my juice. You can take the stems or put the stems, it's up to you based on your taste. No recipe should be written in stone. You're the one who's gonna eat it, so you do it the way you like it. I have cilantro, and actually I'm gonna put more onions. I don't think I put enough onions. I love red onions. Red onions are so full of nutrients and vibrancy and minerals, and they're just better for you than just plain white onion. You can also use sweet onion if you want, if you're not used to the flavor of onion. Wow, this is so beautiful, guys. Look at this. Look at this. I think I need a bigger boat. Make this in a bigger bowl. Oh my God, smells so amazing. Yeah. Made a lot of salad. I can eat this with chips if you want. You can add chopped tomatoes and avocado on top. And you can eat this all day long and it's good for you. Believe that? It's amazing. Look at these flavors and the colors. And we eat with our eyes, right? So all this, you put this, and you can have a small piece of fish, or you can have small piece of or tuna, or well, no, you guys, tuna, you should not be eating tuna a lot because of the high content of mercury. But you can have salmon, a few shrimp. But this salad goes well with absolutely everything. Look at how amazing is this salad. Okay. So let's make a quick dressing. And I'm gonna make the dressing in a bottle. So I have teach you before in the classes that I make all my dressings in a bottle. So I'm gonna have 1 part vinegar. That means like if I put like about 2 tablespoons of vinegar, I will put 4 tablespoons of olive oil. So I'm gonna put the same, kind of the same spices that I use for the beans. So it's gonna be cumin and the sea salt, pepper, and I'm gonna have spicy mustard. I love spicy mustard and makes the dressing creamy. If you want, if it's too tangy for you, you can put a touch of agave. And I'm gonna add, so about double the amount of vinegar. And I'm gonna add a little bit of celery salt, very little bit. And that's it. That's the dressing. Look how cool. It's creamy because of the mustard and the olive oil. It's always tasted. Let me see. Very good. I will put a touch of maybe honey. Okay. So let me plate my salad. I want to plate it. So we set aside the salad. I never dress all that salad, but you could. You could and it will last, but I usually don't. Because this one particular, you can add a few tablespoons of the dressing. So it marinate, which is great. But I'm gonna put it in the plate when I'm gonna serve it. So I'm gonna serve a good chunk of my salad. Just for presentations as you see as well. The dressing. Awesome. And I'm gonna put the chunks of feta. And you only put the feta when you're gonna serve it. And you crumble the feta on top. It could be also like other kind of cheese, like the feta could be queso fresco, which is really good, but kind of the same type of cheese will go well with this. And because I told you I am a cilantro lover, so I'm gonna put more cilantro on top. Okay, that's it. That is a full meal. If you add a little bit of rice, you have a complete protein. Okay, so now I'm gonna put all this aside.
Can you put the camera down so we can see what you're making as well?
Oh, it's already there. Yeah, I have 2 cameras.
Oh, probably because I'm on the phone, I couldn't see it.
Yeah, if you roll it over to see if you can find my other. Yes, I'm sorry, you guys are not seeing the 2 cameras?
Okay, I see it on the second page.
Okay. So we're making the chickpea hummus, which is like a dip. And what I love about hummus is that I can put it in my sandwiches instead of mayonnaise. I can put it in, I can eat it as a meal with some vegetables. I can have it as snack. You know, you can do whatever you want with it, and it's very fulfilling. So very simple ingredients. Chickpeas, I like to use 1 or 2 cans of chickpeas, and I have it the whole week there for me. I always have hummus in my refrigerator. And you can make hummus with beets, with roasted peppers, with other flavors. But this is a very simple hummus, and then you can start putting more things. So I'm gonna add, I'm gonna do it in the food processor, but I'm gonna put the ingredients right here so you can see it easier. So the one thing I'm not gonna put in here is the oil, because the oil is added at the end. So I'm going to put my roasted garlic, and I love it very garlicky. So I'm gonna put about 5 to 6 cloves of garlic. Okay, when the garlic is not cooked, what I do is I grab the can of chickpea and I cook it in the microwave for maybe a minute with raw garlic. Or I can cook it if I don't like to use a lot of microwave, or I can put it in a pan and boil the chickpea with the garlic and have the garlic like cook a little bit. So you don't have that raw taste of garlic in your hummus. Okay, so I'm gonna put some cumin. I love cumin. It's very warm spice and it's very good. It has a lot of nutrients and very good for digestion and for other functions. A little bit of smoked paprika, but a smoked paprika is very little, and you can dust smoked paprika on top. And I'm gonna put some pepper and the sea salt with the sea vegetables. Now I'm gonna put it in the food processor. I don't think you will be able, you will not be able to see it in the food processor because I can't put the camera there, but it's simple. Put it in the food processor and process it. Oh, I'm sorry. One more ingredient, which is the most important one. This is tahini. This is a sesame seeds paste. And guys, let me tell you, it's not good when you eat it like almond butter or peanut butter. It's very pungent, but it's amazing. It creates this great sauces or dressings, and in hummus is a key ingredient. And you're gonna put plenty of this, about a quarter cup of tahini in your hummus, but you will not taste it like that. Believe me. My hummus was pretty pedestrian when I started doing it because I was afraid of this. When I smell this and taste it, it's not good. But when you put it in the hummus, wow, it really, really makes the hummus shine. So I'm gonna put about 3 full tablespoons or a quarter cup in 1 can of chickpeas. Okay. Do this. I would love for you to do it and let me know how it goes. Have you who have had hummus before? I'm going to turn off the the recording because I'm sorry, the volume, because I'm going to process it for about 5 minutes. So, and we can talk. Let me see. Okay, so it has been processing for about 4 minutes, and you stream the olive oil what is processing. Oh, what happened here? This is okay, much better. And that's it. You taste it. And I love eating it with cucumber, and or you can eat it with pita bread, or in your, as I said before, in your sandwiches, in salads. So you want a really, really creamy consistency. This is hummus. It's had the consistency like a mayonnaise. That's why it's so great to use it on anything that you could use, like, wow, what else? Oh, I make dressing with it. So you put a few tablespoons of the hummus, and then, you know, like a basic vinaigrette, vinegar, olive oil, garlic, mustard, whatever you want, and the hummus. And you make an amazing hummus dressing. So I hope you guys have enjoyed the class today and have learned a little bit about beans and all the possibilities that beans can bring you to your kitchen. And again, my name is Chef Dulce Jimenez, and this is for you, specially made for you. If you have questions, if you want to know more, or if you want to see specific recipes and classes, just let me know for next month. And it's already 5:30, so I'm going to close the class. Very grateful for all of you to be here today, and I'll see you next month. Make sure you wrote your name